Hi traders, my name is Duncan Cooper and I'm a Senior Market Strategist and Trading Mentor at AUDJPY Securities. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the key trading levels for the week ahead for the pairs the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, the euro to the Japanese yen, the euro to the US dollar, the pound to the Japanese yen, and the pound to the US dollar. So let's get into the first pair. Hi traders, hope you had a great trading week. Quite a volatile week. Now I'm on the Aussie yen day chart. I've got my monthly, weekly, daily support and resistance levels drawn in. They're all referenced in the description below. I'll just discuss the ones closest to price now. We did have a positive week and we did manage to get support at 94.02 from this old high here to move up and pretty much test 95.73 weekly resistance. So is this where the trend finishes, or are we just having a short-term decline now before we can move further up? So if we can move up, this 94.02 top here needs to be support at the start of the week so that we can move back up to challenge 95.73, and can we then move through up towards 96.87. Now at the start of the week, if 94.02 doesn't hold, then we could well be looking for a move down. 94.02 could become resistance for a move back down to support at 91.95 again. And price may just well stay within the broad range of support and resistance. So at the start of the week, does 94.02 hold as support or break? That will be the big question. Alright traders, move on to the Aussie dollar day chart. Now positive week, we put in a higher bottom here, so we'll have an uptrend. Friday we tested 69.67, which is a monthly level of resistance. We've got two levels of resistance here, 69.67, 69.91. They're both monthly levels of resistance from these lows. So price could hold here and fail totally. So at the start of the week, what we need to see, if this trend is going to continue, we need to move through these two levels of resistance, and then we have a daily level at 70.30. Now anticipating we might come a little bit, we might get up to kind of this area before failing. That would be like a 62% retracement on the weekly chart. So can price move through 69.67, 69.91 monthly resistance levels and come up and challenge 70.30 daily resistance this week? Alright, now there is the chance that we may have already failed there, but there is a chance at least that we might come up for a retest of that level. If we do hold, then anticipate that we might then move back down to challenge now these levels of daily support. Okay, so did finish negative on Friday, but we have a higher bottom in play. That could just be a reaction before moving up and through. So watching these monthly levels of resistance, can price start to move through those levels? Alright, moving on to the Euro yen daily chart. Very volatile after the ECB interest rate decision on Thursday. Big rejection candle here. Now the trend on this pair is still up. Theoretically, this is a higher top here after finding support down here. So the question will be, does that trend hold, or are we simply going to decline down? Are we simply going to move down to test 137.82 day support? Then we've got monthly support at 137.49 and weekly support here at 136.86. Are we simply moving straight down the range? So if we are going to hold the uptrend, I've got this in as resistance at the moment, 139.16, 139.38. At the start of the week, early in the week, we need to get back above these two levels of daily resistance. If we can't, fully anticipate we're going to move down here. So if the uptrend can hold, we need to get back above these levels early in the week, and then we could start to come up and test back up to 141.04, which is monthly resistance. Now it might come up and put in a lower top, or we may simply decline. I mean, it can come up and take out that top obviously, but that was very negative last week, so we may get some form of a rally to put in a lower top. We'll just have to wait and see. This is the critical area here. We moved through this area Friday. Does it bounce back up and above or continue down? Alright, so we had some US dollar weakness last week, and this was Monday. We've popped back above 101.18, which was monthly resistance. Actually became intraday support on Tuesday, and we got a fraction short of it on Friday. So 101.18 is been support now. So what I'm anticipating is we may well come up to this resistance area up here, which is 103.40 monthly resistance, 103.49 weekly resistance, and 103.59 daily resistance. That's a very good strong level of resistance. We could be putting in a higher bottom here to move up to test that level, so that's what I'm anticipating. And then I'm going to be looking at this area for a reversal back down. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for on the euro dollar next week. Alright traders, on to pound yen daily chart. Now this pair is very range bound. It keeps moving above and then failing at this 164.64 daily resistance level. We'll move above and then we'll move back below. So we may at the start of the week have a rally back up to that level. Does it become a resistance and hold for a move back down to test these day support levels at 161.85, 160.100 once more. Of course we might not rally, and we may simply move down to test support through the course of the week. Of course when we test these levels of support, they could well hold for then a move back up the range. It's very range bound at the moment, this pair, so you need to trade the outskirts, trading down from resistance, trading up from support. Alright traders, moving on to the last pair for the weekend, pound dollar daily chart. Now in a very strong area of support here. We have moved down, but last week, Monday here, we came back up, and this is a weekly level of what was resistance, 119.33. And then these two lines, 119.58, 119.86, they're monthly levels of resistance. So we've moved above weekly resistance, and we've been hitting into these monthly levels. So there's lots of what is resistance is now becoming support in here from back in time with those monthly levels, and it's a little bit choppy in here. What I'm looking for is really, we are starting to form a bit of an uptrend. We've moved up, we potentially putting in a higher bottom here. So what I'm looking for is price to move up now to challenge 121.55, which is weekly resistance. And then is that where the sellers come back in to start to move price action back down. So next week looking for a move up, if the uptrend can hold, to test 121.55 weekly resistance. And then at that level, do we see a failure? Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. If you want to keep up to date with my analysis, simply subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Now if you'd like to follow my forex trading analysis throughout the week, why not subscribe to the ACY Securities live interactive trading feed Telegram channel. Simply contact Nathan Bray at acy.com to get access.